And the U.S. is promising technical support and training for the Security and Civil Defense Corps. This offer was made by the senior policy advisor at the U.S. Embassy, Michael Bonner, on a visit to the Borno State NSCDC Commandant, Ibrahim Abdullahi. Well, Bonner says such support is necessary because of the Corps' work in national security, especially in protecting infrastructure. For more perspectives on this, joining us now from London, security risk and crisis management and analyst Femi Aratokun is live for us now from London. Thank you very much for hanging on. But then let's have your initial remarks now of this U.S. NSCDC partnership in battling terrorism in the Northeast. Will it possibly fill the lingering gaps now in curtailing terrorism in that region?
Good afternoon. It's a very good idea, and it's a welcome and achievable one from the acting president, Mr. Shibanjo. But I have a very strong concern regarding the NSCDC and the working relationship and its partnership with the Nigerian Army. And at the same time, how are they going to coordinate this with the people in Borno State? That is my level of concern. However, we have the friend security agencies in Borno State, which I have visited myself last year, and I noticed a very serious concern that the government laid down some areas of security and just focusing on the military alone.
All right, now let's also ask this question. In recent times, there have been upscales in the attacks by Boko Haram on residents of Borno and environs. Why do you think that this was happening and is still happening? Is it because of laxity on the part of the military men?
Well, basically, let me put it this way. I think the military seems to have, they left it too late, and, they left very soon out of Borno State, which is not even meant to be. So to start with, who ordered them to be out of Borno State? And why are they actually ordered back? They allowed the security to deteriorate. They left a big black hole without no information, no security strategy, and that is exactly what led to the deterioration of insecurity in Borno State today. We in the diasporas are begging the government in Borno State and even challenging that. Why can't we look for another new strategies rather than, putting the NSCDC informed? Are they going to be the guinea pig we're going to see in some few months' time that are going to be slaughtered by the Boko Haram? Or are they going to be the new savior to the insurgency happening in Maiduguri? I don't think that is the right strategy, and I think the government is getting it wrong. Putting the USA involved in the security and in the technical information or the security strategy around Borno State, they can't get it right. It's a different ball game. It's a different crisis. It's a different conflict.
So what are you proposing? You say you've been there to see the conflict firsthand, but with your latest reaction now to this offer of the U.S. now to provide support to the NSCDC, what do you think will help?
Let me tell you. Let us look at Libya. America was involved. Let us look at Iraq. America was involved. Let us look at Afghanistan. America was involved. What has happened so far? How many records of war can you actually point out that they've actually won in the past? Zero. So now coming down to Maiduguri again, we have the civilian joint task force there. No one is helping out. We have the local vigilantes there. They are out. They are understaffed. They have no resources. And you're not telling me that you want to put the uniformed men of the NSCDC in the forefront to talk to the public. You're putting them right in the forefront of danger. And I think this is another death sentence about to happen in the history of Nigeria.
Well, the government, as you probably know, has ordered the service chiefs to relocate to Borno and its environs and ensure that security is well taken care of. What's your thought on that? Do you think that is the solution to the problem?
I think if I'm the acting president or if I'm the president, I would tell the chief of army staff to, to take another new place and or probably, take a leave out of office, because in the first place, who ordered them out of Borno State, and why are they now asking them to come back? That simply means there's level of indiscipline within the military sector. There's a level of indiscipline within the security sector. As I've said before, the only strategy that can actually work is working alongside with the locals to fish out who are the unknown face terrorizing the Borno state at the moment.
All right, then let's also look at another angle, because the U.S. has also poked holes at the military's claims that it has decisively tackled the Boko Haram menace. But then people are saying, why not expand, well, the initiative of the multinational joint task force involving the region, or perhaps African Union, in tackling it? Perhaps this 4 or 5 countries who are helping Nigeria to battle this war are not as enabled as they should.
Well, let's look at it. This is an internal conflict that can be resolved only by we Nigerians, that can actually be resolved by only with people within the locals within Borno State, Kaduna, and all the rest. This is not something that has to do with Africa. It's internal. So why do we now need to broaden it down, bringing in external resources down to Nigeria? We don't need that. We're not at war. We only have an internal crisis that has actually, which we created ourselves due to self-interest. So we need to look for a way to solve it ourselves. We do not need anybody to help us out. We don't need any external forces to poke nose into the affairs of Nigeria. We can do it, we can resolve it, and we need to look for a lasting way to do it if we're being honest with ourselves.
All right, Femi. Well, in the wake of these attacks, the military authority has a suspicion that there may have been some sort of collusion. We don't want to be hearing this sort of thing, do we?
Well, you see, let me tell you, there will be collusion, and there are things going on around that the military are not even being honest with. Number one, they are not being sincere with their staff members there. Number two, the welfare package is poorly distributed, that even a layman will look into it that this way, let me look for what to do. If you cannot provide for me, how do you want me to secure lives and properties? So, you see, the government is not being honest in the way they distribute the welfare. No insurance package for sick people or accidentally involved people or people that are actually dead. So we're not open and plain enough into how we're actually handling this crisis. Rather, we're just following the reactive measure rather than putting a proactive measure in place.
All right, Femi Aratokun joining us from London, speaking about the war against terrorism here in Nigeria. Thanks a lot for speaking with us.
Thank you so much.